As an expat, you'll use buses and rideshare apps. And while they are generally safe, they can be dangerous. The cheapest way to get around here is by bus. Before I tell you the 2 dangers of using buses, I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake that expats make trying to use the buses. First, the buses here cost 2,300 guaranias or 3,400 guaranias if it's air conditioned. The buses are on major roads and come often during the weekday. You can use Google Maps or the Yaha app to know what bus route you should take. The number one mistake that expats make is about payment. Expats don't know that to use a bus, they must use a Yaha or Mas card. So they try to buy one of these cards at Biggie, a supermarket, or a gas station, but they make another mistake, which is not bringing cash. You can only recharge and add to these cards' balance with cash. And yes, you can do this all over the city at Biggie's, gas stations, or even vendors on the street. Surprisingly, don't worry about your account on your card going below 0. These cards let you have a small negative balance. You can see the balance on your card every time you scan onto a bus. There are 2 dangers when riding the bus. One applies to everybody, and the other depends on your physical fitness and how aware you are. While the first danger does apply to everybody, it depends on the time of day. And that danger is pickpocketing. I've never had any problem with pickpocketing in Paraguay, but many locals have warned me about it on the buses. I only sense this risk during rush hour when the buses are jam-packed during the evenings or mornings. But adjusting your bag won't protect you from the second risk when using the buses. The second danger is literally getting on and off the bus. This is an athletic event. The drivers do not wait for you to be fully on the bus before they start moving, and you might be hanging out the door like a trash man while the bus is going. On the way out, I find the bus doesn't always come to a complete stop. That means you literally may be jumping out the bus and they're going to start re-accelerating before your feet are even off the bus. If you'd rather use a rideshare app to avoid these dangers, I must warn you. The dangers with the rideshare apps here in Asunción are correlated with their pricing. There are 2 apps that are commonly used here, but one is cheaper than the other, and there's a reason that it's cheaper. The more expensive app is Uber. The cheaper app is Bolt. There's a reason Bolt is cheaper, but before I tell you that, I want to explain why I never take a Bolt on weekend nights anymore. I've personally found that when I use Bolt, the seat belts frequently don't work. I found Bolt's drivers to be more reckless than Uber drivers. And yes, I once took a Bolt that was an undercover cop blasting music, sirens on, and brandishing his firearm. To protect myself, I pay extra on weekend nights to use Ubers instead of Bolts in case that there are drunk drivers around us, and I want to be sure that my seatbelt is gonna work or that my driver is not gonna be too aggressive around potentially drunk drivers all around. Finally, what's the reason that Bolt's experience is cheaper and worse than Uber's? The answer is simple. Uber vets their drivers. There is one more risk I want to protect you from, and it's getting ripped off with gringo prices. Overall, you're going to be safe on a bus or rideshare app on your way to lunch. But this video here shows you where you can enjoy true local lunch prices on restaurants you can't find on Google Maps.